Ability grouping is part of cooperative learning, proposing that cooperative learning is the grouping of students into classroom so that students can work together with the skills they have. Ability grouping is a system of grouping students in the same class based on their academic abilities. A grouping is a placement of students according to the characteristics and abilities of the student. Adds that the implementation of this ability grouping puts students on the assumption that smart kids should join smart kids. In general, this method is done by way of preferred selection. Grouping of students can be carried out through the test process. Teachers and educators and evaluators make some students who have top rankings into one special classes. By grouping students according to their abilities, there are some advantages that I'll get. Submitting that the grouping of students based on cognitive capabilities, it will improve student performance, make it easier for teachers to control the learning process, and make it easy for the teachers to provide reinforcement to students with high or low performance. This grouping of classes based on academic ability has the benefits of meeting pupils' educational needs, improving pupil achievements, and meeting parents' wishes that their children want to be united with students who have the same abilities. Besides, low-performing students feel more comfortable with friends who have equal abilities, just as high-performance students can support each other's friends. Surprising research data came from Finland, a country that has long been known to have a comprehensive education system that doesn't know ability grouping or tracking. A study carried out in urban Finland showed that student performance varies significantly between schools. The greater the difference between classes in one school, and it's related to the admission selection system. Complete data containing 13 years old from all schools in town in Finland was used in the analysis. The data analyzed how schools take police and selection of students, thus resulting in a hidden grouping of students and implemented in public school at the level of primary education. The result of data analysis showed that schools in a city in Finland did not use a selection based on zoning, but based on a strict aptitude test score in line with Finnish standards. Possibly the same system is used in other cities. The findings are in stark contrast to the assumption that Finland has a comprehensive school system that adheres to the principle of equality and does not use a system of grouping of students by ability. There has been a long debate between education experts who advocate for and against the ability grouping strategy. From the result of the literature study, the following are the benefits obtained by teachers and pupils by organizing grouping based on abilities. 1. Enable students to progress in line with their abilities. 2. Enable teachers to adapt learning technique to need of the groups. 3. Reduce the level of failure. 4. Maintain, maintain the interest and activity of student because the student will high ability suffer from borrowed from the slowness caused by students with low ability. 5. Enable lower ability students to be more active because they are not dominated by high ability students. 6. Facilitate 6. Facilitates the work of teacher. 7. Enables individuals learning to be carried out against small groups of students with lower ability. 8. The most positive impact is felt by pupils with higher abilities. Talented students experience an increase in academic achievements when placed in a homogeneous class compared to when placing in a heterogeneous class. Further implementation or exploitation of this strategy from the school both will have a positive and a negative impact. The positive impact is that students have the opportunity to get the same service so that the gap does not spread. On the other hand, heterogeneous classes are also believed to be detrimental to students with high abilities. Schools that dismiss ability grouping need to pay attention to all pupils fairly. Students with low abilities are observed in order to the required minimum standard, while students with high abilities need to be facilitated with their interests and talents so that they can perform at the highest level. For students that decides For school that decide to continue to implement the ability grouping strategy, the following are the ways in which learning effectiveness in low-key skill classes can be achieved. 1. Ending high expectation from teachers, realized by not lowering the curriculum level as usually happens in similar classes. 2. Extra effort by teachers to build student activity and discuss activities in the classroom. 3. Not putting less experienced and less strong teachers in the lower class.